Ooh, it's cold today, tubes. Anyways, how's she hanging? It's so cold. Listen here. The deck's all creaky. I got my snowmobile suit on. It's about minus 18 Celsius, which is about starting to head into the minus Fahrenheit, which is freaking cold. You gotta think and remember, water freezes at minus 0 Celsius. So we're 18 below actual freezing. And you can see just overnight, we got a good skin of ice there on the beaver pond. So anyways, that's hard to breathe too. That sucks. We're gonna open the gate. I'm amazed that lock worked. And lucky me, I gotta go out and do snow. Well, I don't really have to, there's not that much, but I'll try to do as much as I can before I totally freeze. Today would be a nice day for a cab with heat in a tractor. But anyways, that's why I got said suit. This is actually a snowmobile suit. So far it's still warm inside. I've only got this coat and then into my normal brown shirt and then a t-shirt. So not a whole lot of coverage. But anyways, we're gonna try. I think this is the coldest day so far. A minus 18 cold start on the backhoe that we left out last night there. And it was running yesterday, so I don't know, we'll see. I might have to life support it. And I guess we'll do what you call a minus 18-ish or so cold start on the little green tractor, because hopefully it'll go, because that's the one I need to get going. The other one I don't really need to get it going. Holy cow, my hand holding the camera is freaking cold now. That is really, really cold. And I know some of you guys out west there, oh, minus 18, that's like a t-shirt summer day. Well, yes, but we're not really used to that here. Minus 18 sucks. Is this door gonna open today? There must be stuff underneath the, yeah, a little bit. Well, it's not too bad. Sometimes if the door's not perfectly clean under there, she won't close, and it'll latch, but then the latch is harder to get off because there's more tension underneath. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do this here right now as we're going. We'll do a little intro here before we actually hit the go button here, and hopefully she'll start. Anyways, let's get that intro going. Alrighty, minus 18, which is just starting to get into the minus F's. Holy. So we'll just turn the key on. We'll push the key in for that grid heater. I'll let the throttle do its own thing. My frickin' fingers are freezing. It should be long enough. We'll keep her pushed in as we're cranking it here. So here we go, minus 18. That started fantastic. Oh wow, I'm really liking that. Okay, next one. Oh, now I gotta go get my hands warm. Put my snow pants on. This one probably should go all right. It's doing its own little glow thing automatically there. That should go out. Come on, go out so I can start you and go get warm. Just like it was 25 degrees outside. Sweet. So we're supposed to get down to a minus 21. I'll look in the phone here on a minus 21 on Saturday. This Saturday coming. Show, holy frig, it's cold out here. Let me in here where it's warmer. A little warmer. This heater's certainly, it's not running. I'm amazed. Oh. This hand's wicked because I've had my other hand in my pocket. Holy crap! So they both started. That's freaking awesome. Holy cow! I can't believe it. Now minus 18, like I say, it's not really super wicked cold, but it's cold enough. She's cold enough that it would definitely probably would have had problems before starting. I think we've got her fixed now with that tractor, and can't feel my fingertips. I think we got her fixed now with that tractor, and all it was, I think, was that negative cable was crap, and I don't have it now to show you, but if you look back when we were having starting issues, I think that's what it was. So I'm going to throw on these pants. I do have snow pants that match that other coat, but they're at the house. I'll just wear these, my pants. But should have almost maybe brought another coat too with me, like my other one, but I don't know if everything would have all squished together. That coat is actually really funny. It's surprisingly not really all that thick, but it's quite warm. It's actually a snowmobile suit, so that's what it's meant for, is being out where it's cold on a snowmobile with wind chills coming at you, you know. So yeah, it's good, and that's my second one I've ever bought in my whole entire life. The first one was good too, but it was starting to get wore out and stuff, you know, and I don't do any snowmobiling now, so I hardly ever wear that unless it's really cold out, which it's really cold out right now. So we'll put this on. It's hard to get it through everything though, but I might as well get it lined up here. Straightened out. Feels funny, but it's there. And let me grab my other Dewey. I'm gonna put it on for sure today. My other balaclava Dewey. And I got my big boxing mitts. They're usually pretty good, but they were good to start with, but then now lately, this year and stuff, they've sort of gotten like you can feel cold in them. So okay, so this one, yeah, this is the one I showed you the other day. It's pretty good. It's actually 4 layers thick, but you can still feel the wind penetrating through it. So here we go. That's gonna hopefully get tucked under here real good. I'm gonna zip this guy up. We're good and covered. See, that's the trouble with these things. They get her lined up right. They're not long enough. After you wear them for a bit or wash them a few times, they'll shrink a bit too. There. Now we look like we're ready to rob a bank. But anyways, I'll go out and try to keep myself warm on the tractor. This should work because they got long cuffs on here. Oh, I just heard the tractor idle down, so she must be ready. Somebody needs to devise something to aid you putting on the second glove, because sometimes you can't get the cuff right, you know? Okay, let's, oh crap, now I gotta turn the camera off. Anyways, we're back. All right, we are all done the snow, which is hardly anything, but it's so cold outside today. Like normally if it's warmer, there's a little bit of snow left on the road like that. There's the sun will melt it off the roads, right? But it's so cold today, I was not gonna do that. So, but anyway, today I brought in our swiper. I'm gonna do a couple of things to it. It's not too bad yet, because it's actually moving dry shaft too there, so yeah. We're gonna let her thaw out a bit first, so actually we may actually not get to it today, because working on real cold stuff really sucks. Honestly, really sucks. So, you know, I got the benefit that I can leave her in for a while, let her warm up, and then it's just like working on her in summertime, which is really nice. So we're probably gonna do that, but a couple of things I need to do to this is, of course, those wheels. We might go pick up those today, replace those wheels. I gotta fix and take apart and fix in here. That play is getting fairly bad left and right, and it's right on. It's kind of hard to see when it's all covered in snow. I got as much of it off as I could. A lot of this is stuck right on though, right? So she'll melt, but where the cylinder here mounts into the back part of the housing here, there's two little tabs that the bolt or the pin goes through the cylinder, through those little tabs, and the little tabs get wore out there. So that's a fair lot of extra play I don't really need in it, so we're gonna do maybe that too. And I think what I'm gonna have to do here, well, we'll have to take the sweeper off first, but we'll put the new wheels on first when we get them. Take the sweeper off, only because it's easier to take these spindle things off here when it's up in the air like that, or it's being held, where you have to kind of hold it up one hand and pull this. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So we'll wait until we get the Deweys. What else we got to do? So we'll take that off, and that leaves us with the actual lifter, which hopefully will come off of here. There's a pin there that I did grease up the other day, and hopefully it's still gonna move for us. I think there's just cotter pins in it, and that'll drop off this front part, this back part, which has that cylinder right in it. We'll have to take the lines off here, of course, too, to go with the lifter part, but we'll let her get all unthawed there a little bit first. It's going to take maybe, well, a day anyways, till it gets nice and thawed out, so we may not get this till tomorrow, but today we'll probably be just going up to grab those tires at John Deere whenever he says he's got them in. So he says they should be here today. One day they were, I could have drove to the other place and just got them, but I'm like, no, I'll go up and visit them guys for a little bit. I also need to fix this thing, but it's probably really seized right now, and I'm gonna have to probably rebuild that thing. That, I can't exactly remember what that did. It did something with the way the broom sat. Now it seems to be okay where it's frozen stuck at, but I can't remember now how that got bent. Because basically I'm gonna have to probably change this threaded rod, because it's all bent now. You'll never get that straight where it'll thread through nice again, which means this is probably different thread on here too, so I'm gonna have to remake like a nut thing, and I should be able to cut out of here and maybe, yeah, it's just welded on this side, straighten and reuse this bracket. I think it actually changed the pitch this way, like we've got up and down, but it changed the pitch, I think, this way for that sweeper, if I can remember. But I don't know, I might just leave it too, because it seems to be kind of sort of happy where it's at right now. And I don't think I had ever really changed it anyways, and I guess it's probably all, I know there was, like, well, we'll see when we're unfrozen there, but there was little things down there that I think it maybe pivoted on a little bit too, but I just can't remember. I'm gonna have to grab the book here. Let's go find the book, and we'll see if that book will tell us what that adjusts. I just can't remember. But other than that, I know there's the pivot point up here under the snow is the main pivot point for left and right, and it's always been sloppy. Of course, it's stuck now with the cylinder, but you'll notice that this whole front bracket will be pretty floppy everywhere. But I kind of think they maybe do that so it doesn't seize up on you, because there was actually no grease fitting on the front of that housing. I'll show you all that after too, but I put one on, grease fitting there, and a grease fitting back here where the whole thing goes up and down. I put a fitting back there too, and there was never one there, which really makes no sense, because, you know, that's either going to seize up and not work right or whatever, I don't know. And there's also a grease fitting under here. This thing pivots this way too, so if I move it here, you can see how she pivots that way, and it's still moving pretty good, but it should probably be all cleaned out too. It gets all this sand and crap stuff in there too, and it just kind of goes, and it's, yeah, not good. So we'll do a good service tour. And if I can look at my little book here, I wrote down a little while ago, I think I wrote down the date here too, the thickness. Oh, where did I write that? Hang on a second, I'm looking for it. Well, I can't find it in my book. So anyways, I know it was in January sometime I measured the length of the bristles, and looks like we're down about, I think it was 6 3/4 inch, so we're down to about 6 now. So we lost 3/4 inch off our brushes, so that's not really too bad for as much abuse as I put it through. But these do wear fast, and funny enough, actually I've had a lot break off, like a strand will be twing and fly off, and then I'm sweeping that around. But it does work really well. It's funny, some of them are longer than others, though, eh? But these things, they do wear off pretty fast, really. Now it all depends, which I found, how many of these you pull out. You pull more of these off the bottom, it's going to lower it down more, and it's going to wear it off faster. Yeah, it's going to really push hard like this and sweep real nice, but it wears them off really fast. And John Deere was sneaky, let me tell you. John Deere was sneaky, because they have these little discs that go on, and they're about 3, maybe 4 washers thick each. Well, you take one off, you're lowering it down like this much, so it just instantly like burns it off really fast. I find it burns it off fast when you first make your adjustment, but then after a little bit, it's not so bad. But now if I took another 2 washers off, yeah, I should be sweeping really hard, but then eventually it's just kind of brushing it, and it doesn't wear it off so fast. So the more you put her down hard like that, it's going to wear it off faster. But if you can just get it just brushing like that, it's good. It lasts a long time. But I did keep those. Look how long this one is. What the heck's going on there? It's extra long. But yeah, I think everything else should be okay. We should probably pull off the chain and look inside of there, but it is kind of a pain in the butt to. It's on the other side here. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get into that, because you're going to take all the bolts off, and then there's like a tensioner in there that's, well, I guess it's okay. We should probably check it all and stuff, but let her thaw out a bit first, and I'm going to look at the book, see what they say about that little adjuster guy. Okay, heavy duty rotary broom for compact utility tractors, number 60, 60 inch wide, I guess it is. So, data purchasey stuff, of course I didn't write that in there. Wouldn't think about that, so I'm just like, yeah, let's run it. Safety. Don't remove shields and stuff. Basically, they're telling you. Park safely. Don't slip on black holes. Oh, there's a good one. The line burst. Don't put your hand in front of it and then activate your pressure. That's a good one. Installing, preparing the tractor, installing, hooking things up, drive shaft, Oh, come on now. there's these little washer big mother things that they put on, which are about 4 washers thick. So it's kind of crazy. They wear off real fast then. There's a brush. Okay, there's the adjuster. Adjusting brush contact area. Important. Avoid damage. Check and adjust the brush contact area on a regular basis to prevent excess brush wear. Keep the vehicle tires correct pressure. Well, there's no air in these ones, but anyways. Adjust the brush contact area with brush adjustment knob B, which is good if you keep it lubed. To make the brush path area wider, lower the brush head assembly by turning the adjustment knob. To make the brush path area narrower, raise the brush head assembly by turning the adjustment knob. See, now I don't think that's now going to make too much of a difference because everything's so wore out. It's going to recompensate itself. If I adjusted that thing, it's just going to wear, you know, and be floppier. So really, now it doesn't, I don't think really matter. I'm pretty happy with the way it's brushing. It looks to me like everything's staying pretty level with the brush. So I tell you, we should measure this, because it's funny enough, when I got these new bristles for this one, the package, it come with 1 extra for some reason. I can't figure out why, and he wasn't sure either. He says, oh, they must have just give you 1 more. I'm like, oh, okay then. So I'm gonna actually measure the new one I've still got, and these ones. I think this was just about 6 inches now, but I remember it was just about coming out of the housing. So they have wore down a fair bit, but let's go read a bit more on that. No, that's all it really does. Raise the brush head assembly, turning adjustment on clockwise. So yeah, anyways, I'm pretty happy with the way it's running, and I'm not going to probably change it. Using polypropylene and steel brush sections. Oh, so you could do half and half, right? If conversion to a different type of brush is desired, brush sections are packaged 16 to a box and are available from John Deere dealer. Oh yeah, very expensive though. The brush head is factory assembled with 31 polypropylene brush sections. This is ideal for the majority of sweeping operations. Brush sections bristles have convoluted design, okay, for a good flicking action. Well then, in certain applications, it may be desirable to equip the brush head with steel brush sections and polypropylene, holy cow, or propylene brush sections or alternating propylene, the frickin' plastic and steel brush sections. So you could do both, I guess, if you really wanted to. Steel brush sections do a good job of breaking material loose. That might be good on ice and stuff then, but they're very expensive. And lawn thatching, you wouldn't want to use steel ones on lawn, that's for sure. Oof. Snow removal. Always sweep with the broom angle to clear snow out of the operation of the path of the machine. Very, very important. Faster brush speeds perform better on wet, heavy snow or slush. Try different brush speeds for best results. If you go too much on fluffy stuff, you end up wearing it. A broom will operate most efficiently on snow depths of 15.2 centimeters, 6 inches, yeah, or less, which makes sense because if this is about 6 inches, so it starts to hit it, but then it starts to ride up back to the operator. Not fun. Use a sweeping pattern that will prevent snow from blowing back toward operator. Sometimes you can't. The wind is going to take it where the wind's going to take her. Sweep so discharged snow blows away from the machine in areas previously swept. Sweeping leaves, that really sucks. Because they get sucked into the thing and they just kind of keep doing this thing. You end up usually not doing too much. But anyways, service literature. Oh, come on. Service lubrication. Yeah, we just did these yesterday. We're gonna let's redo them again. There's the chain, the tensioner. From what I can remember, it was hard to get the cover back on because there's a little pin that sticks through the cover, and it's really hard to get it sort of back through that cover. But we'll check her. I know last time I did her, when I did the brushes, put it all back together, I gave her a real good grease oily stuff or spray, chain spray. So yeah, they're showing brushed core showing loosen. What are they doing here? It's replacing brush sections. Oh yeah. Take the chain off, take the cover off, take the chain off. D. Remove master link to disconnect chain. Remove chain from large sprocket. Retain the master link. Loosen the 2 set screws on each bearing lock collar at the end of brush core. If you can get in there, if they're not rusted solid. I like how they show you where it's like, you know, nice and clean and new. Good luck when she's rusty and crappy. Remove snap ring with large sprocket. Snap ring in there in the shaft. Remove set screws. Install one of the removed set screws into the threaded hole H. Remove the set screw G. Install one of the removed set screws into the threaded hole H. That helps push the thing out, I guess. Turn the set screw at hole H clockwise until locking hub and sprocket, square key J and set screw in hole and washer K can be removed from the core brush core. That didn't come out so good last time. I think it ended up breaking right through there, if I can remember right. It's a good idea, but it's kind of a freaking stupid system there. Like, I don't know why they couldn't just have like a locking collar on the end here, you know? Really? You have to put this fancy wedge-shaped thing in there, but anyways. So yeah, this is just removing the dewey, taking the brush housing out. And we should replace the bearings while you're in there too. I don't think I did last time, if I can remember right. And just kind of putting her all back together and stuff. It looks like they've got, yeah, they've alternated theirs here. Put a plastic one, put a steel one, plastic one, steel one. So that's what they've done. I could do that. I could get a box of plastic ones and a box of steel ones, I guess, and alternate, but I don't know. Steel would probably last longer, but they also look a lot thinner. So it may not sweep quite as nice. I don't know. So they're putting all this back together. Service. Troubleshooting storage. Clean broom with water pressure. Blah, blah, blah. Assembly. There's all assembly stuff here, I guess, now. They do actually have an extra shield you can get for it. So normally it would stop here. And they have this extra shield, but I never did get it for this one. Yeah, I guess on the very top here there's spots for mounting that. And then on the sides, and then that's kind of it. I didn't need that, I didn't think. Oh, so there's a good picture of the steel and plastic assembly. And that's it. Specifications. Wood material. Steel 3-piece bolt together. Polypropylene and steel brushes. Sections. Angling 0 to 30 degrees each side. I think it's more than that now because I've changed it a little bit. I beefed up their hydraulics a little bit on it. Speed 200 RPM. That's pretty fast. Caster wheels. 6 1/4 by 3 1/4 wide, I guess. Yeah, sounds about right. Broom gearbox reduction, sorry, 3 to 1. Grease, gear oil. Where the heck is that? There must be a geary box in there somewhere. I didn't kind of really know that. And that's it. That's your sweeper book. Sweet. Well, she must be melting. She's dribbling on the floor a little bit. Yes, I need some kind of like newspapery, cardboardy kind of stuff to throw on her there while she's doing that, but that's alright. I guess we'll sweep her out the door like we normally do. Alright, well, just waiting on a call from John Deere guys. Hopefully those parts come in. I'm just doing a little bit of organizationally stuff on the this corner of stuff. These tanks could probably actually go out to the other side. don't generally need to be right here. It's not like I really have to keep them warm or anything. So I'm just going through stuff here and probably, I don't know what to do with that old axle. I should have took it to scrap, I guess. You know, I got some money into it when I did that rebuild on it. But anyways, I didn't really need a rebuild, I just kind of did her. But this was from the old Jeep. But it's kind of leaning up against this washer thing here. I kind of want to get the weight all off of this thing. Wow, some of this stuff goes rusty sitting in here even, eh? Holy. Good old rusty pipe. I don't know. Don't know. Oh yeah, there's some weight on this stuff here. Oh. So we're just kind of working our way to this corner here. I want to see and roughly kind of what shape this parts washer's in here, if I should bother keeping it or not. Man, these are going rusty too. Holy cow. But anyways, keep that piece for now too. I want to get one kind of central area. It'd be nice to get some kind of rack to hold all this steel, but it's really heavy, so it'd have to be fairly huge industrial stuff to hold that thing, I think. But I don't know, I don't really have a whole pile of room in this shop to keep all that, so better keep pulling this stuff out. That could probably go for scrap. I think that'll be a scrap piece. Where am I putting my scrap pieces? I don't know. Maybe just on the table here for now. Don't know why I got all this frickin' pipes stuff here. What else we got down in here? Lots of good stuff. Good junk. Good junk. A nice solid piece. It's good for lifting. Another good solid piece. That actually might be that actually might be a piece of stuff. Hang on a sec here. This could be a stuff of read that thing. Yeah, I think that's actually a leftover piece of stuff I got when I was making the pins for the backhoe stuff. That's an actual pin there. There, sorry. That's an actual pin. So let's see, that was supposed to be 1 3/8. Whoa. Yeah, I would say that's a good one to keep a hang on, because I can get at least one more pin out of that. I kind of forgot I had that stuff there. What else we got here? Looks like a 1-inch piece of solid bar. That's a piece of 3/8. That might be kind of good to hang on to. Or something. You never know. There's a nice piece of probably 3-inch pipe. 3-inch pipe. Dewey in this Dewey. That one's kind of grimy. You never know. Stuff like that. Just keep a bit of that around, eh? What else we got here? Oh, that's a thing I made a homemade chisel out of. Freaking sharp, man, let me tell you. That's a piece of good stuff there. I should hang on to that one. Yeah, 1/4 inch, I think that is. That's a big piece of that heavy, thick structural stuff. I can't remember what I use that for, but I think I use that on that little bucket that we built. A little bit wider than the 3-foot loader bucket I built there. Okay, I guess that axle can come out of there now. I don't think there's anything else pushing on anything there. This thing's freaking heavy. Freaking heavy. Oh. So it'd be worth a bit of scrap money. Okay, what do we got left here? Looks like an old acetylene tank. And I think that's a plumber's torch on there. A little bit of angle left, that's not too bad. Angle's good for you. I think this thing is just about empty. Oh. I'll put her up on the other counter here. We'll look at that after, maybe. I just don't, whoa, sorry, know really what to do with that now because I don't have a use for it. I guess you could take the valve off, take that maybe back to TSC, although they'll say those not one of our tanks. Okay, this old girl. Let's get her out here in the light a little more. Now this thing's, it works. She does work, but well, there's an old wrench. I don't know what that was from, probably one of the old tractors or something, who knows. I'll maybe keep that, that's kind of cool. Bunch of junk in here. There's the old brush from the washer part thingy. And it smells like there's stuff in it. Let's get using a little bit closer here. And we'll pull the top off of this thing. It doesn't seem like, I guess that'll have to do. Hang on a sec, I might put your thing up a little higher. There, it's a little better. So this is like a big sink basically that drains into a big pail. If I can remember now. Yeah, a little pump in the bottom and then the sink goes back into the pail. Smells like pretty good stuff. Smells like rotten actually. But yeah, as far as I know it's good. Looks like a lot of that stuff maybe has evaporated out of there. It's supposed to be a metal container, but I found they kind of rotted out after a while. So that is that. Now let's see if she still works. I presume everything went back in there where it should be. Where's my plugger doing now? It's probably over on this side. I used to have this thing where my drill press was, but honestly I never really use it very much. I don't think you guys have ever seen this thing. Now, gotta make sure your hose is back in there, you'll be getting all up around. So it could be turned on. It's not turned on, so that's good. Turn this baby on here and see if she still pumps. Oh, she still pumps. Well, that's a good thing. Yeah, maybe a good thing to keep around. I don't know. If I could get it maybe just a little bit more accessible I got no power. I got no power over really in this corner, right? Well, I do and I don't. I do and I don't. I mean, you could tee into the power that's running the heater, but nah, I probably wouldn't do that. It wouldn't take much to run something around, I guess, but either or just roll it out. It is on wheels, so you could roll it out whenever you wanted to use it. But yeah, she still works. That is actually the proper stuff I've got in there too, I do believe. It is wicked expensive, that stuff. Holy cow, it was like $80 for like a 5-gallon pail of it. But you can just use like a normal paint thinner too, is pretty much the same thing basically. This might have a little more stuff in it, cleaning stuff, but I don't know, so I'll have to let that drip there for a bit because she's going to have a little bit extra left in the hose. And yeah, maybe I'll hang on to it for now. I don't know. Okay, this is actually fun. Working on stuff. Cleaning it up so I can actually maneuver in here. But anyways, we're working next on this guy, the sandblaster. I don't generally use it too much, but there's a little story behind this. I'll tell you as we're working on this stuff. I'm just going to roll this stuff up and maybe put some tie strappies around it or something. This wire here is actually wire for your deep well pump. Runs down your submersible pump. That's what this is. And look at the frickin' size of the ground. Great big mother compared to the blacks. And I think there's black, yellow, blue, green. I don't know. Maybe there's other ones too, but there's for some reason tons of wire on it. I don't really understand it too much, but so yeah, anyways, maybe separate these two and then re-roll them up and then put a tie around them or something. So yeah, this sandblaster, I needed something. I can't remember what it was. I was sandblasting now, but I needed something. Oh, this is all twisted around here. This might suck. I needed something to sandblast something at one time. I'm like, oh, you know, you could buy a sandblast pod. I think they're like a 100-pound pod or something. It would take 100 pounds of sand, which that means. And I'm like, you know what? There's not really too much to them. I bet you I could build one. So I did, as you see in front of you. It does work. It does work good. Just if you get any kind of moisture, as within any kind of sandblasting, this time of year is good because the humidity is really low. The air is drier. You run it through maybe 8 or 10 frickin' dryers, your air, it'll be alright. But you're still going to get moisture. And what happens is down in the very bottom, I'll show you in a second here after I get this all unwound. What happens in the bottom is the moisture collects right where the sand gets introduced to the air. And it starts to make little blockages. And basically it stops the flow of your sand, so you get nothing but air coming out. Once the sand gets moist, you know, it kind of turns into like a clump, like in your cat litter box kind of thing, and it turns into a clump. And then you're screwed. So, there, I think we got her. So, I found that it probably needs a little bit bigger plumbing on it. Maybe that would help. I don't know. Bigger plumbing, or you know, like I've used industrially ones too when I work at my rental job way back there, and for doing in the wintertime we do equipment maintenance stuff and sandblast stuff and then repaint it and stuff, you know, project make work kind of stuff. And even the big ones they bunged up. So now if you regularly dump your tanks out and clean out your air dryers, you should be all right, but you still will get a little bit of moisture condensating through the compressor into the lines. Okay, I don't know if I left myself enough, but I'm going to try to... There. Okay, so that one's good. This one's going to suck. But yeah, anyways, this is, I think it's half inch the lines and stuff I used. Yeah, it probably should be bigger, but I think the outlets were half inch on everything on the tank part, so it wouldn't probably get too much bigger than that. You'd have to cut out those and weld in, cut the tank a little bigger, weld in some 3/4 fittings, as in the guys that are on the tank here. Then you might be all right. But for all the sandblasting I do, you just give her a little tap at the bottom when you feel the sand's blocked off. Then it's not too bad. And I use the same idea as the one I used. That was the industrially sized one with the little, get you down here and have a look, with the little ball valve at the bottom. So what this does, okay, get her on her side here, come on baby, or not, there. So you get your thing all full of sand. I'll show you how that gets filled after. So that's all filled with sand. And this is your sand control valve. So the more you open it, the more sand's going to pour out. It'd be like pure sand squirting out, right? You don't really want that. You want more air than sand. So you just barely crack it until you hear that, and then it changes. You can hear the pitch, right? And if you feel you want a bit more sand, well, pour a bit more out. Yes, more sand sometimes does do a better job, but it also drains out your tank faster too, your sand flow level. So this is a pressurized system too. So what happens here is you pressurize your air on here, and it pressurizes into the top of the tank, as well as your flow straight out through to your blue hose, which probably should be a bigger hose too, because now we actually reduced it, so that could be 98% of the problem right there. It should be out to a ½ inch, but I think then I couldn't find a ½ inch if I was remembering right. And but basically then your end is the same size as this hose, so it's like, well, now you're reducing it here, but it's probably better to reduce it here than down there. And this is what they call a dead man's switch, I do believe, or a dead man's thing. So when you push that off, there's a little rubber thing there that mushes onto this guy, and it stops the flow, which actually fills the tank up and then stops. It doesn't go until you, which is good, because most of them you get are just full bore going at her, not stopping kind of thing, right? So yeah. So that is my filler here. Actually, that's a bit loose. You open this up. Maybe not. So you open that up, and then I have a funnel that you fill the sand into there. You know, not right full, but you know, until you can pretty much see in there. And then you just close that off, and then let her go. So this is pretty freaking awesome here if you pressurize your tank, if it's holding back pressure here, and you let this go, all of a sudden it's just like whoosh. Want to see it? Okay, me too. Okay, I'm just getting set up here. I'm just running up the compressor so we got full power, pressure, and I got some ear dewies in and some eye dewies on. I got some grease on my glove. I don't know why there's grease on this hose. Got me all greasy. Yeah. And it's all over that friggin' place now. Grease is awesome, but when you don't want it to get on everything, it's not awesome. I guess that's pretty good. Okay, so we got to just make sure everything's good here. Now this is the same kind of concept thing that they use for inflating big tires. They'll have a thing like this. Basically, it's the same thing without the sandblast part of it. But they'll fill it up here, and then they'll have a huge valve here with like a, I don't know, it's got a funny shape that goes inside the rim of the tire. And they just poof real fast with that, and it tire out, and then they start filling it. So the air's off. I'm just going to pressurize it here. The hose is kind of going freaky. For some reason I only got one glove on. There he is. Okay, so this is your dead man switch guide here. There's no sand coming out, so that's good. But you can see if I can unroll this thing here. It's not perfect seal on it, but it's enough to stop your flow. Holy crap. I got her wound up pretty darn good here, I guess. I just got to bring this over and show you this thing. So you can replace the rubbers on it too if they get real bad. This one's leaking a bit, but as you open her up, that's when the sand will start getting sucked out, right? Pretty good idea, but safer. Okay, so I think everything's primed. This thing is holding roughly 120 odd pounds. So now this isn't kind of the right way up here, but so basically you're going to see a pile of air come at you. Well, you won't see the air, but you'll see the mist come out of here. It's going to be freaking awesome. What am I going to be blowing over there? That's going to make dust everywhere. So I got to open her towards you guys. So, okay. I think we're all set here. I'm going to try to do two for you. I'm going to do one with zoomed out like this and then one zoomed in. So, okay, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Well, that blew you guys pretty good. That was awesome. Let her pressurize again there. And hopefully the footage come out all right on that. I couldn't kind of really see it, but we'll get you zoomed in a little bit here. And we'll wait till everything repressurizes here. Holy frig, isn't the power of air awesome? Poor monitor, he got all blowed. But anyways, getting crap all over the place. There's actually sand in there. You can see it on my chair now. Holy, there's actually getting sand blowing out of that thing. So a lot of stuff will be sandblasted on the far side of the shop. So that's blowing that off here, hitting there, pushing that monitor over. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 feet away. So that's pretty freaking cool. Okay, so this is the fun part. You got to get this off of here now. Just like that. Pull everything out of the way again. I'm going to land it over here. Thanks, glove. So that's pretty awesome. You know what we should do? I'm going to try something else here fun for you guys. Hang on. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we're going to give her a shot here. I kind of doubt this is going to work too well. But anyways, okay, ready? I'm not. That was awesome. Let's do it again. Just shreds it, eh? That is freaking sick. Nothing but shreddings. Shreddings. Oh, my poor LG monitor. It is sandblasted. It's got all these pit marks in it now. Stuff that's like lodged right into the screen. Oh man, that was a good little monitor too. It still is, I guess, but shouldn't have hurt too much. I just have to look at a grainy screen now. Oh man. Oh well. What can we do? That was fun. Well, there we go. We're getting better. Oh, what are in those two boxes there? Oh, is this what I've been looking for like frickin' a year? I put them away. See. I put them away where I knew they would be and lost remembrance of them. I bet you that's what this is. I'm hoping inside of here is a solder kit and gun. I've been looking for this for like a long time. You wouldn't believe how much I've looked around my house, my everything for my stuff here. And it was all down here. Look, I even got some LEDs in here. What the frig? Awesome. Never used them. Some cool stuff. This was like my little box for, oops, RC car stuff. For like really small welding stuff or soldering stuff. Sweet! I found it. I'm happy. Now, doesn't exactly perfectly fit in there too well, but sweet. This other box I've been looking for a while now too. And I'm really hoping that inside of here is my plumbing stuff. Oh, it's a good sign. I should probably get rid of these things. That's a good sign to see a brush. Holy crap. Oh well, let's just open her. I'm hoping this is my plumbing kit because I've been looking for this one friggin' too. These two! Sweet! Yay! I've been looking for my plumbing kit. See, I put them on the shelf here, fully expecting to remember where they were. Nope. Cannot remember where they were. Oh yeah! That is awesome. I've been, whoa, looking for this one for a little bit. See, look, we got a nice bathtub faucet thingy, dewy cover thingy. Measure tape, sweet, brandy new, hardly been used. Whole bunch of plumbing fittings and some of this crap and some of these things. Some, you know, cutters and dewies and cleaners and dewies. And I hate doing copper, it sucks. Huh. But anyways, the odd time I have to do a piece in the house. Brand new shower head, never used it. I like the one I had, so I just didn't bother with that one. Screwdriver for some reason. And some other cool stuff in the bottom. Just kind of needs to be all organized, really, but what the crap? Oh, that's... Don't know. And then flux, just for the flux of it. Plastic stuff. Well, that's off of I don't probably need that now, but... Oh, there's your dewy that comes out of your wall and your shower to hooks to. Yeah, sweet. That's freaking awesome. You don't know how long I've been wondering where the heck that box is gone. I thought it was up at the house, but apparently not. So just gonna put it back there for now, and I'm not gonna put crap in front of it. So I'll be like, oh yeah, that's my box. And there's our maple syrup stuff for maple syrup time, hopefully coming up soon. We just use our little propane burner for that, and sweet. I found two things I needed. That's awesome. See what happens when you clean crap up? That was hiding behind that sandblast pot, and that door was open, and my things were hanging down there off the door, and that's why I couldn't see it. So there you go. So, but I do have Like, that's a pretty good shelf there if you keep stuff away from the front of it, but sometimes you pile stuff in front of it and then you lose track of stuff. I do have a possible solution coming for that in the next little while. It's pretty freaking cold right now for doing that, so I'm not doing it right now. I could, I guess, but not right now. One thing I wouldn't mind doing, I could do it inside too, is under all this stuff now, the floor, for some reason, I don't know why this floor on this side sunk. Now I've fixed it from the door over to the wall, and for some reason I can't remember why I didn't finish that. I can't remember why now, but I think what I would do probably is get all this stuff pulled out of the corner, bust it up with my jackhammer that I have now, which I didn't have then, and bust all this out of here and get rid of all this stuff. You could almost damn near pull in that freaking Mini X right through here down the ramps, turn it and use it to well, I wouldn't probably do that, but you almost could do that. But yeah, I probably wouldn't do that, because the ramps would come out to like about here somewhere, and then you'd still have to have another 6 or 8 feet to turn the thing, so it wouldn't kind of work. That would be hilarious though, wouldn't it? A little Mini X in here digging the floor out. But no, I'd probably bust her up and then get the chunks out through here or something, and then get rid of it, and then re-pour that. But that's a lot of mixing by hand. I don't know how thick that floor is, but it's definitely nosedived that way, and I don't know why. The rest of it, you know, is not bad. But this, and then this part I fixed because it was really bad. It was, I think, leaning this way too. It's like the whole thing sunk and it just kind of went, but it seemed to stay level now, and that was in October 21st, 2005, BL. And down in here, it was kind of cool. I got the kids to do their handprints. So there's little Billy's handprint in 2005. And there's a Laura's there. I should have done it off somewhere else, because now I find I'm walking through here a lot and it's kind of wrecking it a little bit. But if I clean it up real good, you'd probably see it fine. But I don't know, it was just something cool in 2005, you know, reminder. So if I did this one over here, I'd probably get them to do it again as 2016, you know, like, what's that, 11 years later? And, you know, they'd be great big ape hands like this, right? But I think that'd be pretty sweet. Get them to do it on the corner over here or something. We're not going to walk quite so much, right? Oh. Well, there we go. So that's another future job for, maybe in the next little while we'll do that. We'll just have to get some cement. I would probably just get like the powder, and then maybe see if I could grab a bucket of their mix back there. It's probably frozen solid right now, but even if I brought that in overnight, I could mix cement. Mix cement in what though? I need water too. I haven't really got a whole lot of water. I got pails. I could fill up pails, I guess. You know, I got a bunch of pails out front we could do. Fill up pails, and then get that busted out of here, get rid of the crap, and then get the bottom all leveled off, and then pour in some new stuff. But boy, doing it by hand, it's not big, but it's a lot of mixing by hand, especially if you got to bring it up 4 inches by whatever that is. Well, what probably be the same size as this, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4.5 feet wide. It's not very deep, it's only a bit that way, so yeah, it might not be too bad. I do have a mixer. It's all apart right now though, because I was working on kind of cleaning it up and stuff. I just never kind of got back to it. But I don't know. I'd probably just mix her by hand. That's not really that much. And then you can put a little bit extra powder in her, make her a little harder too, right? So she'll dry up real good and not bust and flake off. But you should really get a nice clean cut straight across, you know. But I think you could probably do pretty good with the jackhammer and the little chisel, and all the way across, and bust her off that way. Because yeah, it's about where I finished here, where it starts to slope downhill again. Like you can see how much it's sunk there, right? So that's not too good. And it should be just about level with that piece on the wall. And the way back here, geez, we've dropped about, well, hard to see now because I got everything piled in here again. We're down about probably a good 3-4 inches maybe at the back corner there. So now the only thing I can think of why it would have done that was maybe the eaves trough come and drain down that side at one time. Now it goes the other way to the front, and like this garage was added after the back part, right? So this used to be actually the outside door here, right? Now I think the eaves trough probably drained down into that corner, and it kind of, you know, rooted everything out, and you know, eventually, and then it just kind of, all the dirt sort of settled after they maybe had built this, and then it kind of did that. So, but it seems to be good on this floor here now. So, yeah, and the new one I did. So, but yeah, and that'd be a good project one day for us. Maybe I'll have to keep that in mind. I just have to get something to mix in. I do believe I've got an old wheelbarrow back here. Like I don't have to wheel it around. I just have to have something to mix it in, and then you can just shovel it into your hole there. Like it wouldn't be that bad. Street her off a little bit. Level her off a little bit. Holy frick, it's cold out here. Yeah, see, I got an old wheelbarrow there that would probably serve that purpose. It's never hardly been used, but that would work. Holy frick, I'm going back inside. Heck, well, that's crap. I've been outside enough today. So this guy's still melting. It looks like all this stuff's loose now. That's good. Frickin' sand and crap on the road. That's good for your tires and traction, but it's not good for my machinery. Kind of wish they wouldn't spray that out there. It wrecks all the front of your tractor too. Like, look at that. I'd love to keep it clean, but I can't because frickin', you know. But anyways, we'll let this sit maybe overnight. I still haven't heard from the guy in John Deere, so I don't know what's going on there, but I'll have to maybe give him a call after. But I'm gonna run and grab some lunch, I guess, and then maybe he'll send me a Dewey there through lunch, and then we'll go from there. So our battery is still juicing here. Oh, it's charged maintaining now. Look at that. Now if I take this off, put it back on, oh, it's charged maintaining. Sweet. Well, that's good. Now she's a fully charged maintained battery. Okay. We're gonna head her out. I just got a text from the John Deere guy, my parts guy I normally deal with. He's like, oh, sorry I didn't get right back to you. I was in, oh crap. No, he wasn't in crap. He was in meetings all morning. But he says, yeah, we take batteries. I'm like, good, I'm bringing you a couple batteries up. So I'm gonna load these guys up here. Oh, freaking heavy. And we're gonna head her up to Johnny Deere. And oh, that was heavier. Load them up, head up to Johnny Deere. Holy cow. Put them in the blue box. Oh, look at the salt, eh? Not much I can do about her. Welcome to Canada, eh? Okay, so now we're ready to head up to John Deere. I almost wonder if I should take one of these wheels with me, but I don't think we need to. I think he knows what it is. And if it's not, well, now this is going to maybe be a potential problem. I did put a piece of cardboard down here to absorb some of the watery stuff, which it has, but some of it has also ran out under my door. Now what happens there is that'll freeze the door down to the ground, so I'm going to go get some of that urea stuff here. Hang on. So we're just going to take some of this stuff and just kind of sprinkle it where the door closes down. And that'll hopefully help keep it from wanting to freeze solid. Sort of like that. And yeah, that should close down on that all right. Let's Let's try her here. Wish I had a high-speed door opener, but oh well, it's alright. It works. Yeah, this is frozen out here already. Holy, eh? Should work. Well, we're just touring down a nice country back road here. Nicely snow-covered, trying out the new tires. New Cooper tires we got on this truck. So far seem a lot better than those stupid freaking crappy Pirelli garbage things. God, they're horrible. Like I say, they make good race tires and stuff, but for truck tires, no. Maybe something if you're just driving around the city, but for what I'm doing, no. Pirellis suck. So these Coopers are biting in pretty good. Yeah, hooked right up there. And jump over third line. Woo! Hope there wasn't a stop sign there. Or I missed her. So this is one road south of the road that John Deere dealership is on. Now we still got to go a lot of miles this way yet. Heading east right now. But I thought, you know what? Nice country road. You guys might enjoy a little bit of the nice country snowy kind of road. Some of you live in warming areas. Lucky you, but you don't get this kind of stuff, right? So you might enjoy a little bit of country road, winter atmosphere kind of thing. So we'll just roll there a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to have time to slap on these tires today or do any of the other stuff on the sweeper. Pardon me, by the time I get up here and get home, it's going to be pretty much, that's it. Oh, here comes a freaking road grader plowing snow. I would guess he's got a snowplow blade, looks like on the front. Get a look at him here when we come past. He looks like he's maybe already done this side. Yes, they use, oh, he's not actually doing anything right now. Got his plow up in the air. Yes, we do have, oh, he is doing something. He's got the center one down. Why is he plowing it in the middle of the road? That's kind of dumb, bud. I don't know why he'd be doing that. Just making a great big lump of snow in the middle here now. That's silly, kind of. I think you want to plow it off the other way. I wonder if he doesn't know it's turned into the middle of the road. Oh, hey, that was kind of crazy. So, anyways, it's kind of open here now. It was nicer with all the trees and stuff, but now I gotta straddle this big lump of row of snow in the middle of the road. I wonder why the heck he would have done that. I could understand them. I know they do that when they're actually grading the road. When they have the big grader blades down and they're grading the road, they'll grade it up into the center and then get the angles of the road, and then they'll just smush out the middle thing, you know, as the crowny top of part of the road. But why he was doing that, I don't know. So I feel really bad for the guys and everybody that runs snowmobiles up here, because this year they still haven't opened the trails up down here yet. There's just not enough. Like a lot of these fields, you can still see all the grass and stuff sticking out. That's not enough. You can run over that with a snowmobile maybe once or twice, and then you'd be down to the dirt, and then that's junk. Well, on the trails around here, when they're really hopping, there's 5, 6, 7,000 sleds a day on a busy day go over one part of this trail, and then like that just beats it down to nothing. So I feel bad for them this year. You know, ski resorts had a rough time too, because it was so mild for most of the winter so far that they haven't been able to hardly do anything. But now it's cold enough they're making snow, so the ski resorts are self doing their own thing, right? I almost lost it there on this lump of stuff he's got in the middle. I can feel it turning but then sliding straight. Of course I am doing like 70 in the corner. I would nowhere near be able to do that on the Pirellis. I would have had to been down about 10 and still sliding around the corner. Cooper do make a pretty decent tire, you know. I've owned a lot of Cooper tires in my vehicle history, and had pretty good luck with all of them, really. The one they made was, I can't remember, it was the Discover something, another, and had a really big flat lug on it, and they were not good. I remember those, they were really crappy. And once they got wore a bit, they got even smoother and flatter, and like all the little ridges wore off them, then you were really screwed. Yeah, they weren't much fun at all, especially if you're driving a vehicle that had like none of the new style brakes, like the ABS systems and stuff, where it was just you touch the brakes and they lock up. Those were the frickin' dangerous ones, those ones. They were, I had a Dodge truck like that at one time, one of the full-size Ram Dodge trucks, and it was like that, and it had those crappy tires on it. Fine in the summer, but wintertime, whoa. You just touch the brakes like this and you'd be sliding like crazy. You know, none of this independent braking, you know, if it finds this one slipping, it lets that one roll and this one grab and blah, 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 and back and forth. No, they all locked up. So it slid. It sucked. Anyways, there's a nice shot of the high area here. Higher area. It's kind of nice. And I don't know why Buddy's going so slow here. Oh, he's turning. That's just perfect. Or not. He's pulling off. That's an old dually Ford, that thing. Funny how that was an F-250 too, how squashed low they are now compared to the ones they're building now. Are just like, you know, 6 feet in the air. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So I don't know, film maybe to the next road here and then shut her down, and then we'll be almost to John Deere by then. And you pick up the parts and pretty much come home again. So it's a lot of driving up to here. It takes about, well, it depends on which way you go. This way I went today, it's probably going to be 45 minutes roughly. You know, I'm making a little bit better time here, like I'm doing 80, which you're only supposed to do about 60 down these roads. But, yeah. So what road do we got to get to here? Trying to remember. Huh. We'll go another couple yet. But anyways, I better stop at this one. Sometimes the east-west roads, they don't give you any stop signs. In the north and south roads they do, but this is reversed here, this one. A reversed one. So where are we now? We're at, okay, we're at the town line road, so go a little more. But anyways, we'll maybe click a little video when we get up to good old JED here, see what's happening. I wonder how many tractors are there is what's starting to cold. Probably all of them. They probably all would start now. But I didn't bring my key to try them, so sorry. Anyways, see you in a few. Well, oh, we're gonna get splashed. Oh, sorry, can't see out the window. I'd wipe it, but it just freezes like crazy. Oh, now it's really bad. Not too bad. So there we are on Deere. Everything's green and white and yellow today, apparently. So, yeah. Lots green, lots of... Oh, I like that one with the cab on it. It's a little bit bigger. I think that must be into the 3000 series tractor. But anyways, let's make a big greasy turn here. And go and get some wheels. All these tractors here, and they can't even plow their driveway. What the heck's up with that? Holy cow. Big tractor going with a bucket on it and cleared the parking lot. Anywho. We made her. Oh, look at that sweet machine. Hoo-wee! The guy was telling me in there, my parts guy in there was telling me that there's one tractor back there the guy uses kind of sort of like that in swampy areas for doing potatoes and stuff, that has a $20,000 expansion kit to get the tracks out wider on it. Holy shnikes. But anyways, we got wheels. Let's head her home and we'll have a look at them, I guess. All right, we're back from old JD. We got some new wheels. New wheel dewies. That's what they're supposed to look like. Looks like a little airplane tire. There's our old dewies that are getting, you know. Well, actually, you know what? Hopefully the bolt's okay. It's probably a hardened. Yeah, there's a grade 8 bolt in there, so. It looks like the hub itself is a little wore on those too, so that's good. We got a we got those too. They send you those in the box. So we've got a couple of 19 mil sockets and wrench here. Not really that tight, although it's not tight and tight, I don't think. You still want a little bit of maneuverability in there. You wouldn't want to crush this thing down too much, right? As in crushing this U-shaped channely thing down into your wheel. Okay. Well, that one's good. I'm just going to clean off the bolt here. It looks like it was fairly good and greasy. And I figured I better change these today just in case I do need to do snow. Yeah, there's no wear on those. It's actually surface rust on it, so it's not wore through at all. Grade 8's pretty hard, I guess. Guess those don't have to be super duper clean. Okay. So there is the new feller, and looks like I gotta cut this tape off here, or peel it off. And let's see here now with the new bolt. Uh-oh. That's not right. Uh-oh. Collar in here I gotta take out, I guess. Uh-oh, that means that's not gonna be any good. But you know what? Unless it's really bad sloppy play, a little bit isn't that bad. A little bit of play slop lets you hold a little bit extra grease as well. So yeah, there's a little bit of wear there, but not tremendous. So maybe it's supposed to be like that and have a little bit of extra play. I don't know. Although that seems funny. Wow, that's going to take a lot of grease in there to fill this little cavity in here again. How the heck does that... I guess that's all it greases, it's just those things. Well, it is much better though, okay, than what it was. Alrighty. Oh, they even smell like new rubber. Like fresh rubber doesn't smell like stinky, dirty road. And you don't want to crank those on too much because you want it to be able to spin. I guess that's pretty good. Okay, now of course the greaser fittings on this side. So we'll grab our greasing gun here. Greasing gun and our air line. You watch, I'm going to get about 6 to 8 pumps out of this thing and I'll have to replace the cartridge in it. This is going to take an awful lot of grease here to actually see it coming out the side. Just want to make sure we're still got grease coming out here. Yep, apparently. Ah! Hey! Oh, I can see it coming. Here we go. I'm going to give her a couple of spins here now. Whoop. Whoa. Okay, she's starting to spew out. I'm going to say that's good. Alright, I will go and install this one back on our tractor. Okay, number 2. And it's pretty wobbly there too, so. This one's gotten so wobbly that it looks like it's actually gone and hit into the metal here a little bit. It's just started to, so that's good we caught her, I think. Just in time. We'll get that spindle dewey out of there too and clean him off. That one's got a little bit of wear on it. Yeah, this one's just started to show you here. Oh, where are you guys? Just started to wear. Like it's wore through the paint with that tire flopping around, so she should be good now though. All right. It's kind of a bad spot though for stuff to try to last very long when it's, you know, getting all the grit and sandy stuff in it there. It's pretty much just sandblasting it like crazy, but like I was telling him up there at the dealer, like, you know, there's no way I can complain about it because holy cow, these have gone a long way. All right. Done a lot of miles. I honestly wouldn't know how many either. How many times these have rolled around a revolution. I can tell you it's a lot though. Oh yeah, and the number 4429. That doesn't sound very nice, does it? Okay, well, put this one up like that. And we'll give this one a greaser. I didn't count how many it was last time, but that's 30. Let me just make sure we're pumping here still. Yeah. 30. 40. There's almost, that's 48. I think 449. 50. She's just starting to spew out, so holy cow, it holds a lot of grease in there. Whoa. So about 55. That's not too bad. It's only about a half a tube of grease, I guess. Oh, those are much better. Much more solid, secure than good old floppy here. Rotten thing, now I'm all dirty again. Man. Ugh. Okay, well, I'll go throw this guy back on. And I think we're good to go. Anyways, I guess that's about it for today. I'm gonna head her out. Maybe tomorrow, if we don't get snow, this thing can still go. It's ready to go. I got everything greased up in here too, so no worries. It's all greased again. Both sides are nice and greasy. Yeah, if I have to do snow tomorrow, I can. But I'd like to be able to maybe fix the dewey in there. I don't know if we can see it any better now. Not really. That pin's pretty bad in there, so needs to get done. And yeah, I imagine it's those two little things that weld on inside of the thing there, which is kind of hard to explain to you until I show you. But I imagine they're wore out. I think I've done them. Have I done them once? I don't think I have actually. No, I haven't. So, but anyways, that's pretty good because we got all this stuff replaced. I think it was when we got the 2720. Yeah, that's right. Because from the 4110 we had originally to the 2720 was different, of course. So yeah, but anyways, that stuff I sprouted down there already is already melted off and gone. So I'm going to put another little handful down here. Just to keep it from freezing to the door, because I don't want that to happen. But anyways, that poor furnace is pretty much run all day in there. But yep, I'm gonna head her home. So anyways, you guys have a good night and stuff. Thanks again for watching, of course, and we'll catch you tomorrow maybe for some working on that thing. And stupid freaking radio. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna head her out. Thanks again for watching, and just remember, don't let the outro scare ya.